Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to go over some technical analysis on Zion oil and gas, ticker symbol ZNOG. Talk about where the price is heading today and maybe a little bit further down the road. Give you some thoughts on the company, thoughts on where the share price may be going longer term, and just kind of go from there. So I'm going to take a look at ZNOG. This is the annual shareholder meeting. We had hit prior to that about right under 22 cents. And then during the annual shareholder meeting, you saw a big wick red candle down. We bounced off of 13 cents, had a good recovery back to about 19. However, we cannot hold above there. We've been slowly kind of trickling down. And this golden cross breakout indicator basically has been broken. So we had broken over here, signaling that we should continue higher. And then the move down right here, the consolidation and move down, breaking below 17 cents, almost 18 cents, has basically pushed us back down to where if we go down here to about 15 cents, that's going to be a pretty crucial level. And I think that's really where we're going. We're going to start down here. We're going to come down to at least 15 cents and settle, and that'll be the first level of support that you want to keep an eye on. Okay. And then once we get there, once we get to 15 cents, if we fall below that, then you need to start eyeing 12 cents. All right, and if we fall below 12 cents, start eyeing 8 cents. So 15, 12, 8, and if for some reason you get down to 8 and you break, you're going down to 3. So what could potentially keep us from getting down to that level? Well, if they release some information on the testing on the gas, possibly, that could potentially keep us from doing that. However, we got to keep some things in mind on what we heard. Yes, they did show significant signs of hydrocarbons, which is fantastic. They found gas every single day that they were out there, but they also said that they're not sure when everything's going to really come to fruition because they don't have some of the equipment needed to finish up some things, and they aren't sure. You know, someone asked a question about what's the timeline of when you're going to be fully done, and you know, they basically said, Rob Dunn basically said it. You know, you can go back and watch the video in the Q&A session, but I'm not sure. It just, a lot of stuff depends on it. It can be months and months and months. Who knows? And so that's another disappointing thing is, and which is the name of the game when you're in exploration, I guess, but they're just not sure. They can't give you a set timeline. Their whole thing is, oh, we don't want to speculate. You know, we don't want to speculate on what's going to happen, yada, 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 and I get that. But with all those things being said, that can potentially continue just to bring the stock further down and down and down to where this bigger run that we've had can just go away within, you know, several weeks. You know, anywhere from 1 to 3 weeks, we could be back down to 8 cents, maybe even 3 cents, if nothing happens. If they come out with good news, good update or a PR, it could start sending it back higher. But before you start even taking it serious about the move back higher, it's got to get above 18 to 19 cents. But also, it's got to hold there. It can't pop its head up and come down and then keep popping its head and come down. It's got to actually hold there, and realistically, if we can break 21.5 cents, that would make me take it a lot more serious. Just at this time, we'll just have to wait and see. Not you know, I can't tell the future specifically, but I can definitely look at the technicals and tell you. Now, on the 1 hour time frame, these lines right here are about to cross down here. If this blue line crosses here, then this is on the 20-day 1 hour. We're going to definitely see probably 15 cents potentially today. If that happens, this is the 1 minute. Now for the 1 minute, we're obviously open in red. And, you know, I don't really pay too much attention to the 1 minute, but typically the 4 hours where I'm looking at. So this blue line was over. Now it's potentially going to be under, and if that's under and it stays under, that it's the reverse of what I was saying before. That blue line crosses over the pink on the top, it signals a move to the upside. If it signals a move below, it signals a move to the downside. Okay, so if that blue line goes underneath it, typically it'll signal a move to the downside. However, like I said, it all depends on the type of information they may release and the type of progress they make. So it's not, I'm not just out there saying like 100% it's going to 8 cents or 15 cents or 12 cents, whatever. But there's a possibility if they don't release anything this week, you can see that we finish 15 cents or even below. Okay, so 15 and 12 are your two levels to watch for the next few days. And a reminder, typically Mondays and Thursdays are when they usually release some type of information. So just to kind of give you some perspective on that. But anyway, in regards to everything else, I do have some cash on the sidelines to deploy elsewhere in some other stocks like TSLL, which is the stock that is a 2x leveraged stock that follows Tesla. And this one here, I bought some down here in the 11s, and I sold actually this morning. And I'm just kind of watching because, as you see here, I'm following this blue line. This blue line crossed underneath the pink, so typically it signals it's going to come back down. And then, because basically you can just really watch Tesla and see what Tesla's doing, but Tesla may actually start coming back up. If it bounces off of here and it breaks above like 330s, then I'd probably get back in. But if it doesn't, if it gets rejected again and falls down, because the market in general is due for a pullback. And as you see here on the 4 hour, we did cross over. We crossed over from bullish to bearish, so it could just pull back, you know, for a few hours and get a correction or whatnot. And then from there, I'll probably look to re-enter. So I'm probably going to re-enter in the TSLL play either today or tomorrow and just kind of let it sit and hold. I would like to buy it more at a lower level, back in the 11s or even the 10s, before I let it ride back up. So anyway, I just wanted to give you some updates on that. Let me know your comments below. Other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.